Alright, thanks for tuning in to Indian Trace. I always like to provide unique perspectives of artifacts, close up, just showing people a display and getting close and personal to some of the artifacts that and materials that they never get to see or find for themselves. We saw that bin already. This bin that's empty, which was full of tools, scrapers that are so important, thumb scrapers specifically, and drills, we're going to take a look at today. I've only found one game ball here in North Carolina at all, and that's it right there. It's the ball, right? Just the ball. And then this blunt that was in there is a really great piece. Just nice material. Anyway, I brought all that stuff from that box right there. Right up here. And I want to give you a look at this stuff because it's wild. You know, these thumb scrapers have found a real place with me. And we're going to take a look at them today, and I want to show you these for the Heritage Series and explain them, both for my family in the future, because right now, when it comes to rocks, as you all know out there, your family doesn't want to sit down and hear about the rocks. One day they will. I do have some drills here that we'll talk about, but I want to start with the centerpieces, which are pretty unique. A very white tannish rhyolite scraper. I really believe it's a thumb scraper because the backside is just not finished at all, so it's not really a point up here. I really think that they use this as a scraper. I'm not positive at all. It's old. They're all old, but you know, this is not broken. You can tell they just put that on the edge of a rock and just worked it down so it would make a complete point. So they might have made a point out of that. That was a unique piece that I just wanted to put in there. I keep it with my scrapers, obviously, because it resembles a lot of this stuff that we're looking at here. Here's another unique piece that I found real early. And I want you to take a look at this piece of flint or what have you. Originally I thought it was a scraper, maybe a point, when I didn't know anything about thumb scrapers. But right here where my thumb is completely ground and smooth. And I want you to have a close-up of this if I can get a focus in. It's not broken at all. It's worked and used. And part of the way you can tell it's worked and used is because the rock here right around the work edge is much different. If I'm getting my focus here. You see that? It's much different here around the work edge than it is anywhere else, and you can see where it comes in a little bit if my focus is working. And on the back, what I'm thinking is that they had something to do with finishing off arrows. It's about the perfect size for shafts right here, where they can get a good grip on it right here and just clean that stick or that arrow or whatever off. It was a pretty unique tool. Any shout outs on that are fine. I'd like to know more. Anyway, let me go right around the circle here and show you guys some thumb scrapers. They've found a place in my heart. I love thumb scrapers. This is what I keep for my display quality pieces, and I'll find them and give them away, what have you, but I like to find certain feeling when it comes to thumb scraper, and I'll keep them and I'll be happy. It's a good find when I find them. Let me go right around the circle, starting with this crystal thumb scraper. Just great stuff. To save time, I'm not going to pick them all up, but I'll get you close enough where it'll feel like you can. Look at these scrapers. One of the very first scrapers right here I ever found out in Site 4. And you can see how they resemble. You know, when I first started collecting, and I've been collecting for such a short amount of time compared to some of you guys, I didn't even know what the thumb scraper was or what I was finding. I thought it was a broken point or something they threw away, but the repetition started to come, and as you see it now, very clear, great rhyolite thumb scrapers. The resemblance is so clear once you start picking these things up. Their bigger brothers and sisters are out there too, the bigger scrapers, hide scrapers. I think these were used for small game, rabbits, possums, squirrels, raccoons, whatever they needed to condition the hide and scrape the tallow off the hides. That's a sugar quartz thumb scraper, which is a great piece. This piece is pretty cool, just a little teeny thumb scraper. It's not a point. When you pick it up, you can really tell it's worked on every edge. Another crystal thumb scraper, which is worked right off the front edge here and all the way around. Those are fun to find. I only have a couple that are made out of quartz. Of course, I have some triangles. And some people, they pass over and say, that's a piece of broken rock, but once you pick it up, I found this at the jump off. I think it was opening sands. You can tell it's pretty uniform, and all the edges are worked right around. And all of us know, many of us on here know, well, yeah, sure as you live, that's a thumb scraper, and they were able to use it. Other ones that are more obvious are such as this. Perfectly worked around, blends in with that charcoal gray. Nice material. Again, you had the repetition of shapes. Obvious tools, if you will. So important to their lives as well. Look at this thing. That's a beautiful thumb scraper, these two right here. Just gotta love that. Gotta love those edges. I like that. Anyway, I have a couple more things. That's just a great group. Gonna make a great frame someday. I wanted to share that. Those really were never even on film. Here's a couple blunts. I haven't quite figured out really what they used them for. Whether they were hafted scrapers or actually were projectiles, I'm not sure. You guys can let me know. Although, of course, you had to keep these. This was a pretty big one. Look at that. What great artifacts. Need to put those on there. I don't think I ever filmed those. I know this was in the Rise and this was over at Mecca. I always remember, it seems like, where I find them. Anyway, look at my time, my goodness. Look at this drill. What a heartbreaker, right? Can't even imagine the base on that drill. Nothing like it in my collection. Whew. Talk about heartbreakers, right? And then this was a blunt actually. And I've looked at it and looked at it and looked at it. And just unbelievable. It's relieved right there. Look at this piece though with me. It's relieved off the back of here. It's hard to see. And you'd think that the tip was broken. When I found it, I did. This workmanship is incredible though. You can just feel it in your hands. But on the front here, if the focus works, this is ground right off. It is so smooth, and you can tell someone was just putting that on a rock and just grinding it smooth as can be, which I don't know what advantage it would play for them. So many mysteries, Such a nice piece though. One of my favorites actually, just because of its ruggedness and what have you. On the bottom there, making that base. That's a nice piece. Anyway, as I finish my time, check these drills out. Some of you really like drills. These are really only 3 drills that I have. Great artifacts though. T-drill, I think they call that. I'm going down to the end here on this one. One of the first drills I found. Nice stuff. And then recently at the new Falcon, I found this sugar quartz drill. Just happy as could be to find that. And as I finish up today, just wanted to show you these things. I guess drills are fairly uncommon, certainly don't find them as much. I found a fair amount of broken ones, I think. Maybe twice as much. Maybe 3 times as much, I'm not sure. But those are the drills I have right now. And I appreciate you all tuning into Indian Trace, and hope you just got to check out something from Eastern North Carolina here that you've never seen before in your life. Hope you find out there.